Welcome to a new Let's Play on Lawfolds Farm, Episode 1, with me, Mr. Searly P. Thank you for joining me on Lawfolds. Episode 1, here we are. I'm up at the Aberdeen Northern Malls Group, buying, selling, store, hub is what I'm going to be calling it from now on, because it is the hub. As you can see, top right hand corner, the £25,000 we start with is now £142,000. I haven't done anything devious or underhand. I know in most of my episodes I do mention that. If this is the first time joining me, welcome. It's nice to have you here. I haven't cheated, I haven't added any extra money in, I haven't done anything dodgy. I shall explain what I have done. Looking at the map on the soil composition, right down the bottom left hand corner, we have got field number 1. I have done some contracting on field number 1. I have harvested, I have slurry injected, I've cultivated, and I have seeded. It is on cultivated. Oh no, I haven't seeded yet. I tell a lie. I've cultivated but haven't seeded yet. So I've done a few jobs on there. I also sold my slurry spreader, and I sold the plough, the Amazon plough that you start with, the K-Ron I think it is. They've both been sold because I don't need them, and when I do get to that point I will either lease or buy when I need to do that. I've got no slurry to spread, so there's absolutely no point having that at the moment. Plus I've got some other equipment that I'm about to sell, and you may think, you're insane, why would you do that? Well, pickups I don't generally use on the map. I'll go around in tractors. I am desperately holding out for someone to bring out a Land Rover mod for the British English maps, the British maps. I love Land Rovers anyway, but the pickup, I was watching Daggerwinds the other day and he was saying it's a very American pickup. It's yeah, it just doesn't really fit the map. I don't tend to use it at all, so there's no point. On any of my Let's Plays I haven't used them. The other thing is all the equipment for sugar beet harvesting. This is expensive equipment. It's worth a lot of money. And at the start, when you're starting the game, is when you need your money for doing various different things, buying equipment, etc. When I come to harvesting sugar beet, and I have got a field of sugar beet, one of the fields you own is, let's have a quick look on fruit types. Here on field 30, if we zoom in there, field 30 is sugar beet. And on growth, it's not ready. It's on its final growth stage, but it's not ready yet. When I'm ready to do that and harvest it, I will harvest it because I need the sugar beet for the pigs when I finally do the pigs. But to lease the equipment is about 10,000, I think. So I might as well sell it, and then when I do need the equipment, I'll lease it, because I don't need to own it. I'm not going to be doing tons and tons and tons of sugar beet. If I do decide later on in the Let's Play to do tons and tons, I'll buy it again. But for the moment, don't need it. So to the sell button, click on L3, 79,000 to sell that. I think it's only 88 to buy. I think because it's brand new, that's not too bad. Click back on there, and another 15 for that. So our money is rising rapidly. Let's jump into the pickup. Don't think we'll get very much for this, but at the end of the day, like I say, I don't need it, not going to use it. 12,000. The other thing I'm toying with selling, if we go into our vehicles that we own, the Hurleyman's quite a diddy little tractor. Yeah, I might use it. I have been doing a bit of fiddling around actually. Obviously, I've been doing some work on this map before you're joining me. The Hurleyman had row crop tyres, which I've switch for normal standard ones because it looks awful. I'm playing on PS4, so I haven't got a crop destruction mod. There isn't a crop destruction mod, so having the row crop tyres or normal ones makes no odds, and it looks better with normal ones. The fence, small one, and I may change or upgrade at some point. The Sammy, I love. I'm going to keep hold of that. The JCB Fast Track, I'm going to hold on to. I might upgrade to the bigger Fast Track at some point, but I'm going to hold on to it. The thing I might get rid of is the skid steer. I don't often use it, and I'm probably not going to use the pallets very much. That's something else I'm going to show you as well in a moment. Now, while I'm in the main menu, I'm not in the main menu, am I? I'm in the store menu. If I go to the main menu, when I did my map tour, I did talk about the fact that I read out the blurb at the start, and it did say that prices were higher to help you, you know, as you work through the map. Look at the map, there are loads of fields that are ready to harvest. So if you're into your contracting, like I am, if you're slightly hooked on contracting, there's plenty of fields to crack on with some contracting work if you want to make some money fast to get yourself off the ground. Plus your fields, you've got somebody that are ready to harvest as well. That's not what I was going to look at though. What I was going to look at was this. When you come onto the selling point, the prices, this is what it means by the prices have been raised above the base game level. When you look at the prices here, they are very high compared to what they were on Chellington when I was playing on there. Really high, which is quite impressive, and it will help out when you're selling crops. If I scroll across, you look at the wool. Now the wool's on red, which means it's low, and that's 8,000 for 1,000 litres. That's high. The things that are kind of important when I'm looking at it as well, things like wood chips or the Aberdeen grains, that's on 840 at the moment. That's, I think on Goldcrest Valley it was 247 was the highest it went up to. That's high for wood chip, which is brilliant. And also if you look at silage, the silage there is on red, and that's on 758. That's not bad at all. That could probably go up anywhere in the region of 1,000, which will be phenomenal for doing silaging. So the prices are pretty good. So to continue, just going to jump into the JCB because there was something I did want to do. While I've got the money there, as this is my largest, whatever you want to call it, larger tractor I've got. Just wanted to have a bit of a fiddle around. So the engine set up at the moment is 195 horsepower. You can put it up to 230. Wheel setup standard wide. Now if you know me and you've watched any of mine, I do like the chunky look, so I'm going to go with wide tyres. And the rim colour, I'm going to go with yellow just to make it look a bit different from the base game one. So that's going to cost me 20,000, which, because I've done the contracting, it's not a big deal. It's not a huge, but I wanted it to be a little bit different from the sort of what you get given at the start. So that's what I'm going to do. Quick look. Yeah, slightly chunkier look to it. I do like that with the yellow, actually. That's quite good. Seems incredibly loud. Anyway, so I'm going to head back over to the farm. Let me just check something, because that does seem incredibly loud. Volume master, vehicle volume 30. That's what I normally have it all set on. That is really, really loud. Mind you, I suppose sometimes you can't always hear the engine sound, and it's a bit kind of depressing. But then, to be fair, I haven't owned one of these on any of the maps. On Goldcrest Valley or Chellington, I didn't buy a JCB, so maybe it is just generally noisy. Anyway, that said, that was something I was... all these things that were bubbling away in my head before I started doing the episode is this. If you look at the map, there are no watercourses on this map. No rivers, no ponds, no lakes, no bridges to go over them. So there's no nipping off for a sneaky fill up of the Aquatrans, because there is nowhere to fill it up from. So it will have to be done from water pipes, stand pipes, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, no watercourse. Right, so as I said, I shall head back. Watching out for the traffic as we go. Still loving the countryside on this map. If you didn't see the map tour and you just happen to have seen Lawfolds pop up on a search, go over, have a look at the map tour. It's pretty good. I say it's pretty good. That sounds really cocky. I'm so sorry. It's pretty good. I hope it's good is what I meant to say. I hope it's good and I hope it's informative. People seem to have taken it really well and seem to like it. That was really arrogant. It's really good. I'm awesome. Sorry about that. I'm not normally like that. So, head back to the farm. I will see you there in a moment. Now, I'm not anticipating getting a huge amount done in this episode because this is literally the first kind of... I have set a few things up and kind of organised myself a little bit. The kind of main yard point. Something I did notice as well. Jump out. As you can see, the Hurleyman, I've got standards on it now. It looked awful. It really did. The Sammy, I used a huge amount on FS15 for its price. It had a very good horsepower for its price. The fact that on the game now you can customise pretty much all of them, it kind of doesn't eradicate it as a tractor. It's a good tractor. But all the racking here, all of these are actually full. It's not like just there for show. I grabbed the fertiliser sprayer and came in here and filled it up from the IBCs that are on the side here. So these aren't on the racking at the home farm. Lawfolds, they've actually got stuff in them. So yeah, they're not just there for show. They have got stuff in. But what I did find was coming in here to the sell point, I sold the plough in here. Well, I know I tried to sell the plough in here. I sold the slurry spreader in here. When I tried to back the plough in, when I got to about here, it went glitchy, really glitchy. And I'm assuming it was because it had the plough, the tractor, all the IBCs here. It did not like it at all. So this really the sell point to get all the way into here with equipment, especially when you've got bigger vehicles, is going to prove quite difficult. But it is a sell point anyway at the main farm, which is quite handy. I do like the fact you got all the little, the walkways through from. Seems to be loads of workshops as well. I did mention that in my map tour. Anyway, yeah. So as I said, the skid steer, I don't tend to use them. I know why it's here. It's here because you've got the racking and you've got all the pallets. If you want to do pallets and put them on the racking, this thing is perfect because it's small, it's compact, it turns on a sixpence. Getting in and out of these barns and stacking the shelves, you need something like that. So the question I've got to ask myself is, am I likely to use it? I got rid of my one on Goldcrest Valley. I had the tracked version. And I love them, don't get me wrong. I think they're brilliant. I love the mods. I love the tracked version. It's great. But I just wasn't using it. When it comes to forestry, I may well do. And I am going to do some forestry, absolutely. Because obviously I'm assuming the wood chips are worth more. I'm assuming the timber's going to be worth more. So for the time and effort you put in, it's going to be worth it for the money you get out at the other end. So I'm probably going to do some forestry as well anyway. So the question is, what do I start with? If I look at the home farm, we have got growth. You ready to harvest? We've got field 29, 31 and 33 are all ours and they are all ready to go. So I could do any one of those, and I think we've got wheat, we've got barley, and we've got OSR. So it's really just a case of seeing what I want to do first. If I want to create some bales to start off with, I might do the wheat or the barley and get some straw bales going, which might not be a bad start actually. I did that on Chellington as well. So with that in mind, the other thing I'm going to do on this map, and I did say when I was doing Chellington that when I did my next map, and it wasn't originally going to be Culborough Park Farm, I've chosen to this one instead, is that I've got the round baler, which I believe is around here. Let's see where it was. I filled those up. They're full now as well. All the other seeders came full. They're already filled. Oh, here we go, around here. So we've got the mower, front mower, header and the baler. The round baler I'm only going to use for doing silage bales. All the other bales I do on this map, I'm going to do square bales. Because I normally do round. I did a few square bales on Chellington when I did the square baler mod, when I did the kind of review on it, and the next episode I used one of them. So I'm thinking square bales on this map, which I don't normally do. So the first step is going to be to grab the harvester and then decide which of the two fields am I going to do wheat or am I going to do barley. I think on Chellington I started off doing wheat, so I'm thinking on this one I'm going to start off with barley. Problem is, I can't remember where it was. Oh, it's up in this barn up here, isn't it? Yes. So, I need to check the map as well. Which one was it again? It was 31. Which is this one just here, actually. Oh, that's perfect. Right, let's open the gate up. Oh, no squeaking of hinges. Right, so this is the one we're going to harvest first, and we'll do it with bales. The great thing's going to be with that as well. That with square bales, they're not going to roll away, which is always nice. So, let's jump into the Massey Ferguson. 7347 Activa. Now, I had real problems with the header trailer on Chellington, so I'm hoping this one is going to be a bit better. Fingers crossed with that. I'm going to have to take it into the field because I don't think I'm going to get it through that gate. The other thing I found with Chellington, it's only a minor gripe because I really do like Chellington, is a lot of the fields were single gate, which became a bit of an issue in that some of the vehicles and some of the headers and some of the trailers, you couldn't get through the gates properly. So the fact a lot of these seem to be double gates, I haven't been around the entire map checking, but they all seem to be double gates, which is going to be incredibly handy. Yeah, see, I'm not sure. That doesn't like that header trailer at all. I might get a bigger header as well at some point, slightly wider one. I will explain that as well in a second. And here's the thinking behind it. I did this on Goldcrest Valley when I had this. If I open the pipe up, the pipe extends quite a bit further than the header does. So you can probably get away with the next size header up. I mean, it's tight. I'm pretty sure when I did it on Goldcrest Valley, it was pretty tight. But for that slight inconvenience for unloading, you were clearing the crops quicker. So it's kind of, yeah, swings and roundabouts really. I'm going to put the help window on, only because I need to make sure that the straw swath is enabled. Yep, because that's saying disable, so it should be on. And we shall begin. Yes, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? So busy chatting. That was the thing I did like about this on Goldcrest Valley. If you haven't watched my gameplay Let's Play on Goldcrest Valley or Chellington, go over, have a look. They're on there. When I had this before, when you open and close it, fold combine, it rocks forward on its suspension, and then when you open it, if you watch very carefully here at the back, it kind of leans back on the suspension. It's really cool, I like that. So what I was doing when I had this before, to get it onto the header trailer easier, I opened up the harvester, drove forward, put the header on, and then you can close it up, because all it meant was when it rocked back on the suspension, it lifted the header up high enough to get onto the trailer. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do again. So let's turn on the combine, and hopefully we will get straw swath. There we go, which will be perfect for baling. And here we are, Lawfolds Farm. First bit of harvesting on our own fields. first bit you're seeing. Obviously I did a bit of contracting, but this will be for me, for my farm. If you played on FS15, this does have a kind of feel of Westbridge Hills about it. Nice big map, big open fields, but what I like about it that Westbridge Hills didn't have, you've got the fences and hedges and gates and, you know, all those nice little trimmings that come with FS17, which was, I always felt was lacking slightly. I mean, at the end of the day, Westbridge Hills was it's an American map. That's what it's like. In the UK, far more hedgerows, far more lanes, far more, you know, all of that stuff. So that's fantastic. I shall continue on with this for a little while, see how I get on, and catch up with you in a little bit. I set the worker to carry on, and he's got a full grain tank, so I've just whizzed over and grabbed the AgroLiner trailer with the JCB fast track, and we'll get our first unload done. Now the bales for this will be a combination of bales for bedding for the pigs and for the cows, and bales for power food for the cows. So however many I get off this field, I'm going to have to spread them between the two farms. I think that's the best thing I'm going to do. Pull this out of the way. I'm thinking what I will do as well while I'm waiting. Now I don't know whether or not it's another one of those big dilemmas again, whether to lease or whether to buy a square baler. Think. Let's just have a quick look in baling technology. So we can use the New Holland that comes with the game, which is 102,000, or we can have one of the Big Baler pack ones, which is only 78,000, or to lease only 8,500. It's an interesting one. I'm just working out how often I'm going to use the baler. In all honesty, I think to start off with, I don't want to get into the habit of just leasing everything. I want to start buying equipment, but I think to start off with, because I don't know really how many bales I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? I can make the money back. I can make the money back doing contracting. That's not a problem at all. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to go with the Massey Ferguson. I've had New Holland balers before. I used the Challenger on Chellington. The Fent I did in the actual baler episode, the kind of mod spotlight. So I'm going to use the Massey Ferguson. I'm going to get that. So standard or attached trailer. There's still not a trailer available for that yet, so I'm not going to bother at the moment, but I will buy it. Yeah, why not? Still got more money than I started off with, so that's all good. Now, while the harvester is carrying on, whether to whiz over to the store and get it, or whether to get the lovely gentleman at the store to deliver it. So I decided to have it delivered. I thought that'd be better. Or quicker, actually. It's quite a long way to the store, in all honesty. So if we look here, wow, they are efficient. This is, all joking aside, this is the reset point. So if you do reset anything, it comes back to here, just in front of the barn, on the main drag into the farm. So the downside with that being, it's very narrow. So bigger equipment is going to be quite difficult to get to, I would imagine. Okay. So what we will do is I'll open up the menu again. We will unfold the baler, so that should be the rear ramp going. We will lower the pickup. Turn it on, and this should automatically start baling. I'm not going to get in the way of the harvester at the moment. It can't be filling up already, surely. No, I thought it was beacons on from it then. Yeah, the heart attack. Right, so if I stick right in the middle, hopefully, that nice little ridge on the bonnet. As you can see, bottom right hand corner, we are baling. Probably going to get quite a few bales off this actually, in all honesty, although that harvester is missing chunks. I have to sort that out. So if we just click to outside, there we go. Wow, nice details on that. In fact, there's the baler twine on there as well. Cool. Okay, carry on. And that one will drop off the back in a minute. Got so used to starting maps with not many tractors. I'm using this one, and I've got other tractors sitting there, so I'll go and grab probably one of the other ones to get onto the trailer, so that when the harvester's full, I haven't got to keep disconnecting the trailer, which would be a bit mad, really, wouldn't it? Just tidy up all the odds and ends to start off with, I think. Alright, so I've grabbed the Sammy. The harvester has got beacons on, so it's not far off full. Let's get alongside and unload. I'm sure this trailer's only got about 21,000 litre capacity, I think. It's not huge, but it's going to do to start off with. It's nice inside this. Do like it. Probably do some work on this and get it up to maximum horsepower as well, so it'll give me more options for what it can pull and how well. And I'll carry on with the baling with the JCB as well. All is going well. First day, first episode. A few little bits missed, nothing major. I need to work out what to do with the barley as well, whether to sell it or keep it. Okay, harvest is carrying on. This is full, I've just unloaded it again. And the best price at the moment, I have got some barley in storage already, which I can use for the pigs if I need to, and I've got wheat in storage as well. But Aberdeen Grains is doing the best price, over 1,000 for 1,000 litres, which is pretty good. So, what I will do is close the cover, have a quick look on the older map, and top right hand corner is Aberdeen Grains. I am just south of Central, so it's a bit of a trek. I will see you there in a moment. So here we are, finally, Aberdeen Grain. And it's not open. What is going on here? There we go. Closed for business. Wonderful. Okay, tip side grain door. Nope. Let's go tip side back. There we go. And unload. Oh, this might be interesting with the roof. How much is that? 22,000. Brilliant. And the harvester has a full grain tank. I need to get back over there then. Back at Lawfolds. I'm going to empty the harvester because it is ready to be emptied. And that is the end of this episode. Got a fair bit done. Got to finish off all the baling, got to finish off this field. That'll be the start of the next episode, and I hope you will join me for that. I'm going to be thinking about what I'm going to do in the next episode as well anyway. I'm thinking about possibly swapping out one of the tractors. I'm going to give that some thought as well. I do want to look at that grain storage, the new grain storage facility where they charge you. I'm just curious to see how much they charge you. So at some point I'm going to do some grain, take it up there, put it into storage and see what I get charged, just out of curiosity to see what that's like. And kind of crack on with the farming stuff. I'm trying to think of all the things I didn't do on Chellington or haven't done yet. Try and mix up a little bit. Maybe try and use some of the new mods that are coming out and some of the mods that have already been released on Modhub every single time. Modhub. Anyway, that said, I'm going to get on with this, and I will speak up just a little bit because the combine harvester is quite noisy. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. First one on the new map. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. There's plenty more on my channel. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, moment blank, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do from the first of many episodes on this map, I hope. Thanks for watching.